So I want to go a little bit further into the baby boomer generation. And this is how I understood it when I was in pharmacy school. As they were preparing us, they often talked about the baby boomers, the boomers, where they said, hey, this is a generation of people who are going to live longer than their parents and grandparents. So the baby boomers are those born between 1946 and 1964. And so I remember over 15 years ago when I was finishing pharmacy school, how they talked about that particular segment of people, because ideally they were trying to prepare us to say, hey, this is going to be the segment of people that you're treating. So me as a clinical pharmacist, and then also as a naturopathic doctor, that is the patient population, because they're going into the golden years, they're the seniors, they're becoming the older people, right? And so again, and I'm always saying it's an honor and a privilege to gain more years to get older. So this is something to be celebrated and not something to necessarily, I'm not trying to demean it in any way. I'm just pointing out the facts and just saying, hey, this is the generation that's getting older and they're going to need health care. They're going to need it. And they're the generation of like my parents and my grandparents, right? So as a millennials, Gen Z, talk to your elders. Those are your parents, your grandparents, and maybe even your great-grandparents, depending on their age. And you want to help them understand the importance of how this is relevant for them here today. Not whatever political viewpoints or emotional positions that they've had traditionally as the voting electorate, because although they are still the voting electorate, they are the aging population. They are the vulnerable population that everybody's talking about. So we need to be able to protect them. How do we protect them? We help them understand that they are the vulnerable population. They've aged out of this. So even if they're thinking, oh, I don't need to buy a house, I don't want the home, down payment assistance, I don't need the child care. Well, you got grandchildren, don't you? Do you want your kids to struggle? They may not be your kids, but they're your grandchildren, they're your great-grandchildren, so why not vote in the interest that's going to help your grandchildren and great-grandchildren? This, you have to look at this holistically and not, everyone's just thinking about themselves personally. And I guess I'm someone that is for social programs, I'm for the people. What's gonna help the people? I don't vote for just my interests alone, because I understand that I'm an anomaly. Not everyone has what I have.